Everybody, welcome to Muse. We are here with Bryce Charles, who's a part of Big Nate. It's a new animated show on Paramount Plus. How excited are you that you're a part of this? Because you've done a lot of live action, but I'm not sure if I think this is your first foray in animation. What was it like?
I mean, I'm super excited. I'm actually ecstatic to be a part of this show. And it's always been a dream of mine to voice an animated character on a series like this, something that's fun. It's a family show, so it's for all ages, all people. And that's really exciting. I hope that as many people as possible will watch and enjoy this. It already had, Big Nate comes with a big following, which is amazing as well. And we hope to welcome in a new generation of fans to this content as well. So yeah, it's definitely been a blessing the past couple of years in particular, having something this positive to work on almost every week.
Yeah. And you play Dee Dee Holloway, or voice Dee Dee Holloway.
Holloway,
Yes. And I love the character. I watched 3 episodes last night to get ready for this, and I love the character. Tell the audience a little bit about her.
Dede is this high energy, very excitable, fun-loving person. She is very supportive friend. She's very supportive to Nate and also to Teddy and Francis, but she and Nate in particular have this really great balancing act. I think Nate likes to step outside of the rules as often as possible, and Dede would prefer not to, but if she has to, then she definitely will for the sake of her friends, and I really admire that about her. She is a theater nerd, which I am very much so as well. And so I get to put that into the character. I can really relate to her on that front and put some of my musical theater background, into her energy. And so that's been really cool.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I love about Dede in the show is like it feels like she kind of has one foot in and wants to be like have that fun like Nate, but yet kind of a little leery about it.
yeah, and it's an interesting dynamic because I feel like I can be that way too, or you see all of these people having just all of this reckless fun, and you want to just go out and have fun too, but then you're like, okay, wait, stay on the straight and narrow. And she's studious, she's a good student, she's smart, and she has a passion for the arts, and so she puts a lot of focus and attention there. She doesn't want anything to deter that either. But when you have these friends and all of everyone in this friend group has a huge imagination, and I think when they intersect in that aspect of their imagination and their love for fun, it makes it a little easier for her to kind of step outside the strict lines of the rules and what's expected of her at school or whatever, and she'll jump in and out of character to help her friends, and she will dive into trouble if only just to pull her friends out of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. And with doing the voicing, and how you're always sometimes in animation, sometimes you're by yourself having to voice the character. Were in this situation, were you able to like play off of people, or was it just you in the box doing the voices?
It was both, actually.
Awesome.
It was this really beautiful hybrid. We really had to adapt quickly, obviously, as everyone did in various ways due to the pandemic. But I'm in my sound booth now, my makeshift sound booth at home in my bedroom. And so I am isolated in that sense, but we were able to utilize Zoom records. And so we would do these ensemble records where we could, play off of each other's energy. We could ad lib and improvise. We could, say things that would make each other laugh during a take. And we could build that bond and that chemistry that then gets translated so beautifully onto screen through the amazing animation design. And so it was a really interesting, innovative recording experience that I think serves the show so well, because we're actually friends we were friends respectively before we got this show. And then once we started working, it's like, hey, how do we all, and so when you have that camaraderie already and then you build upon it, it just only makes for a really great and fun show.
Yeah, and you could feel like when it's just people isolated and the voices, whereas in this show, you could tell that there's like some playing back and forth in the voices, and you could really feel it.
Love that. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, and with the show, I mean, yes, it's primarily towards kids because it's a cartoon, but this is a show that even the parents could get into with their kids.
Absolutely.
And I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm an adult. And so I have parents who, are watching this not with their child, but, with their adult child. but still that comes with, certain filters or blinders. They want to be supportive of me. So when we were able to screen some of the episodes, I'm like checking for the reactions, and then when they were laughing, I was like, okay, are y'all laughing because, you're my parents? Or are you laughing because you're actually like vibing and enjoying what you're watching? And they were like, oh no, we'll tell you. And my parents are very honest. If they're like, it wasn't for me, they would tell me, but they were genuinely laughing and enjoying and reacting to the show authentically. And I was like, I love that. There's really something for everyone. The humor is such that, certain things will go over kids' heads, and then the adult demographic can snatch it up and be like, oh, I see what y'all did there. And they can enjoy that, and then there's a lot of great content within the show for kids as well. So it's a beautiful balancing act of, everyone in the family can watch it. It really is for all ages.
And that's what I love about it. It attracts a lot of people. Yeah. Final question. When you saw your animated character, Dede, what was some of the emotion when you feel it? Because growing up, we watch cartoons. It's a part of our life.
Yeah.
And as you get older, you're kind of like, some of us still watch cartoons. But when you see it's same here. But when you see your animated character, what were some of the emotions of seeing that when you first got the first look?
It's pretty surreal because it's seeing the character design, seeing the CGI character design in this updated version, because I looked at the character in the comics and it was so cool to see, okay, I'm going to be playing her. And then when you see the fully fleshed out CGI design, it becomes more tangible and more real. And then seeing that design, traipsing around on screen with my voice, that was just so surreal, so exciting. And, growing up, I would love watching cartoons and seeing characters that looked like me and that I could relate to, not only from an aesthetic point of view, but also from characteristics and personality. So Dede, it's kind of a twofer. She's this young Black theater nerd who is studious, and she's a supportive friend, and she has all of these beautiful positive qualities, and I get to bring a voice to her, and I get to relate to her on all of those different standpoints. And that for me is just like so exciting and amazing. Such a privilege to do.
Awesome. Bryce, thank you so much for being a part of this, talking about Big Nate, because this show is going to be a hit. I loved it. I love the animation, loved it. And it's on Paramount Plus this Thursday, so don't have to really wait long. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.